Hi everybody, Meg here. I've got a good activity for us today. If you've come to one of my labs, this is something that we've done before. I've got an article for us to read and discuss. And I took this article from the Newsella website. If you watched my last video about how to make a Newsella account, it's the same article that I chose for the example. And so I thought, why not read it together? So this article is from the Newsella website, and it's called Amid Coronavirus, Museum Asks People to Remake Artworks with Household Items. This may be familiar if you watched the last video, because this is the article that we explored. So there's a couple things that you can do. I'm going to read through this article. It's just over 2 pages, and then there's a quiz that I'll read over at the end. So you should have gotten this article in an email from Project Read. And if you want to, as I'm reading, you can follow along. You could also read it on your own first, or you could listen to me and follow along and then read it on your own. There's lots of different things that you can do, but I want to make sure that I read it aloud for you so that you have that tool and you can use it however you want. So I'm going to read the article, and then I'm going to read the quiz. And you can follow along in the version that you found on your email, or if you got a Newsella account, you can find the article on Newsella and you can then read it on different levels. I'm reading the article at level 800. Alright, so here's our picture. So we have here a classic painting and a guy recreating the painting. Okay, here we go. Amid coronavirus, museum asks people to remake artworks with household items. The new coronavirus has caused many places to close. It is a flu-like illness. The illness causes symptoms like a cough or fever. For some people, such as the elderly or those with existing health conditions, the disease can be serious. Health officials have been encouraging social distancing. This means staying home and staying away from other people to help slow the spread of the virus. Many schools have shut down. Many companies are telling employees to work from home. Major sporting and entertainment events have also been canceled or postponed. We probably knew all that already. That was setting up the context, and now we'll get into the new information. Art museums have closed their doors in order to help slow the spread of the disease. Still, people are finding ways to appreciate art from the comfort of their homes. The J. Paul Getty Museum is in Los Angeles, California. I've been there, it's a really cool place. On March 25th, it sent out a tweet asking people self-isolating at home to recreate their favorite pieces of artwork. So a tweet is a kind of social media post. And they sent out this social media post asking people to recreate their favorite pieces of artwork. The painters included the likes of Paul Cézanne, Salvador Dalí, and Pablo Picasso. However, there was a catch. Participants must make their masterpieces using everyday household items. Turn the page. Many accepted the challenge. People have been cooped up inside for days. Many proved more than willing to accept the challenge. They responded with their own versions of pieces by the master artists. Some stay-at-home artists pulled from their stashes of coronavirus supplies. They used rolls of toilet paper or coffee filters. Others used their pets, children's toys, and even toast to remake the perfect painting. The Getty's challenge was inspired by a similar online event. This was presented by the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam earlier in March. Amsterdam is in the Netherlands, a European country. So far, the Los Angeles Museum has received thousands of submissions. No two are the same. There's a really great one where a woman took an ancient Greek sculpture and recreated it to a T by posing with a canister vacuum, says Annalisa Steffen. She helps plan online content for the Getty. There have been thousands of amazing ones. Some of them are brilliant artistically, but they're all just really funny. So here's the image of the one she mentioned about the vacuum. I hope you can see it. Other standouts, adds Stephen, include a version of the Louvre's Winged Victory of Samothrace. The famous statue shows the body of a winged woman. The recreation was made with an energy drink and a ripped-up Subway receipt. Another project was Dali's painting The Persistence of Memory. It featured a peanut placed on a scratchy Brillo pad. People can do pretty much whatever they want. They pick from images in the Getty's online photo archive. The archive contains 2 million images. They come from the museum's collection. The Getty has a large number of paintings, drawings, photographs, and sculptures. Self-portrait Yawning by Joseph Ducrot and American Gothic by Grant Wood are proving to be the most popular. Guide for at-home artists. The Getty published a guide to help those at-home artists. These at-home artists. Tips include how to choose an artwork and picking the right lighting. Finally, the guide teaches users how to share on social media. People can post pictures of their work on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just use the hashtags between art and quarantine and tussen kunst en quarantine. That's Dutch. I don't know how to say it. The lighthearted challenge is welcome at the moment. Communities around the globe are struggling to hold themselves together. The outbreak of the virus is unlike anything most people have seen in their lifetimes. Art can offer a sense of community. Last section. Stephen added that she felt encouraged by how generous and kind people are in the comment sections by holding each other up. She added that when the Getty closed, it still wanted to help out. Art can offer a sense of community. Explained Stephen, being at home, people are feeling isolated, so this has been a fun way to have a community, not only with friends and family, but also with friendly strangers on the web. It's really an attempt to build community around art for people who love art and appreciate it, whether or not you're an artist. So that's the end of the article. Now, if you had any questions about any of the vocabulary words or any of the concepts, ask your tutor, ask your friends, and if you can also ask me. I'm going to put an email in the comment section, and you can send me any questions that you have. If you want to write up something about this article, I'd be happy to read it and give you feedback. If you want to take this article and do some more interesting things with it, look up these photos, right? See if you can find some of these art that's been recreated. See if you can find the at-home guide about how to do it yourself. You can also go on to Newsela and read this article at a different level for another challenge. Now, I'm going to read the quiz questions. I'm going to read each question and the possible answers and give you a minute to think about it. It might be a little hard, so go ahead and pause anytime you need. And I'll read all of the questions and possible answers. Pause whenever you need, and then I'll go through and I'll give you what I think the answer is. Okay? So, question 1. Read the introduction, paragraphs 1 through 3. I'm going to let you do that. Either go back to the beginning of the video or read on your own copy, okay? Read the introduction. Select the sentence from the introduction that shows the only rule about the Getty's challenge. A. Health officials have been encouraging social distancing. B. Many companies are telling employees to work from home. C. Art museums have closed their doors in order to help slow the spread of the disease. D. Participants must make their masterpieces using everyday household items. That's question 1. Question 2. Read the section Art can offer a sense of community. That's the last section. Okay, the last 2 paragraphs. Which sentence from this section shows why the Getty Museum issued its challenge? A. Stephen added that she felt encouraged by how generous and kind people are in the comment sections by holding each other up. B. She added that when the Getty closed, it still wanted to help out. C. Explained Stephen, being at home, people are feeling isolated. Or D. It's really an attempt to build community around art for people who love art and appreciate it, whether or not you're an artist. Which one of those sentences shows why the Getty Museum issued this challenge? going to write down my answer. Okay, question 3. Why did Annalisa Stephen feel encouraged after seeing public responses to some of the challenge submissions? A. She realized that the Getty is even more popular and influential than she thought. B. She enjoyed seeing people's recommendations on how to improve others' recreations. C. She felt upset that so many people responded negatively to each other's submissions. D. She appreciated that people were complimenting and supporting each other. Which of those is the reason why Stephen was encouraged? Okay, question 4. What is the relationship between Joseph Decroux and Grant Wood? A. They are both artists whose work is featured in the Getty's collection. B. They both submitted recreated artworks for the Getty's challenge. C. They are two of Annalisa Stephen's favorite artists. D. They both lived in Los Angeles, where the Getty is located. So those are your questions. Go back and listen to the article again if you need to. Listen to the questions again and write down what you think each answer is. A, B, C, or D for question 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to share with you what I think the answer is, and if you disagree with me, let's talk about it, okay? Question 1. Select the sentence from the introduction that shows the only rule about the Getty's challenge. I think answer D. Participants must make their masterpieces using everyday household items. Question 2. Which sentence from this section shows why the Getty Museum issued its challenge? I think the answer is B. She added that when the Getty closed, it still wanted to help out. Although D is also a good answer. What do you think? It could be D too. Question 3. Why did Annalisa Stephen feel encouraged after seeing public responses to some of the challenge submissions? I think it's probably D. She appreciated that people were complimenting and supporting each other. Question 4. What is the relationship between Joseph Decroux and Grant Wood? And the answer is A. They are both artists whose work is featured in the Getty's collection. There you go. There you have an article, you have a quiz, you have answers, you have something to do. Take this, run with it. There's lots of things you could do to use this article to practice English. Tutors and students, figure out if this is something that you want to do together. And if you have any questions, please email us. Thanks for joining. See you guys later.